Where is Rodney when we need him? Well, he's not here, obviously. I am any love I may have had for my dear, dear Apple has rapidly faded as I deal with this stuff. It's so crazy. All right, hopefully that is working for everybody. If it's not, I am going to have to just literally shut down and pull this thing apart and figure out what's plugged in wrong. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense because it was working fine. Finally, says John P7. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, P7. We keep keeping you waiting. Welcome back, says Sarah. Polynomial, I can hear you. Can you hear the bandits? Bandits?
Hello.
Ooga booga.
How did that sound? Did that sound
Magnificent.
Did it sound magnificent? Everyone, yes, bandits. Yes, yes. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, explain that to me. Mac's all set up. Nothing's been changed. In fact, the computer wasn't even shut down, and it had changed everything. So I'm not messing with anything. So I'm back. I'm assuming the bandits can hear me because they've just responded to me asking them for volumes. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for your patience and for I was getting them to do mic checks the entire time. It's amazing how creative they get with their mic checks, right, guys?
Yes.
So
creative.
So what news do you have for me before I dive into my email? What anyone got any cool things to tell us about? Anything happened this week? Any high scores? Any sort of cool gaming things?
Me and Glenn won in the Duo Bed Wars, and also Valorant has new patch notes.
Oh, what's that? What are they?
Viper's OP and Brimstone gets his ult too late.
Sorry, Viper's OP.
So there's this character called Viper who basically she's all about like poison, and they just buffed her to make it so that there's an ability called Decay.
Mm-hmm.
Probably never heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of Decay. I'm experiencing it.
Oh.
I got a laugh out of Cal. Was that a laugh out of Cal?
Nope.
Oh my god. This is a legendary moment.
Anyway, so they just made Viper a very broken character.
So they've made her broken, or she was broken and they fixed her?
She made her broken.
Oh. She made her broken. So you don't like play... Now, was she someone you were playing before?
No, but it's someone that I was playing against.
Oh, I see.
And now everyone just plays her. Luckily, I get to play her, but she's broken.
So how do they
Decay. I don't know how they'll fix her.
Huh. It's weird though. Like, so they basically put these. I mean, is this normal? I guess
it's because she was a very bad hero. Because there's one character named Sova who's in the meta.
Yeah.
He was such a hard counter towards Viper, but now they've made it so that she's just way, way too OP. So now no one can really counter her.
Right.
Unless someone uses all their ults to try to bait her out. It's just really annoying.
And so this is basically how they do the game then, right? So they put the game out and then they'll just like do minor or major adjustments to the characters as they go along if they feel that things aren't working?
Yeah.
Who decides what's working or not? I mean, could you do feedback to them? Do they
Usually it's Twitch streamers. If like a really popular Twitch streamer complains, they're gonna remove it.
Huh.
Like XQC.
Really?
Or Tim the Tap Man.
What was that?
XQC complains about everything, to be honest.
Hang on one sec. I was curious to hear what Cal had to say about that, Eli.
Sorry, I was saying they have data like Overwatch does. They can see hero X killed hero Y 50 times versus one time hero B, blah blah blah, used their ability so and so many times. They collect all that data so they can see what's unbalanced and stuff.
I see. So it really is a data-driven thing.
Yes.
That's kind of cool though.
But it is true with Basta. They also look at big streamers and change based on that.
So if you're big enough and loud enough,
like someone named Tim the Tap Man.
Tim the Tap Man,
Raze had a little buff to her, and then Tim the Tap Man was like, "Oh my God, she's broken! I can't play this." So he stopped playing. Then they were like, "Oh my God, one of the biggest streamers in the world just stopped playing our game because one of the characters is broken."
We lost Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah, and so then they fixed it.
Huh? And how did they fix it?
I think they did a little nerf to hero that was a hard counter to raise.
Huh. I feel like I need like a glossary of terms so that I can understand what you're saying. So nerfing means to get rid of something, right? To make it worse.
No, to make it worse,
Make it
not
worse.
to get rid
Yes.
of it.
Okay.
Mm,
So you nerf something, you make it worse. You
Vaulting
buff
something is getting rid of it.
Vaulting it is just like literally just chucking it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Buffing.
And then buffing is making something better.
Okay. And what else? Meta. Meta is one that I struggle with.
Meta means basically something that is played, which is a meta of a game. So like the meta of Overwatch right now is double shield.
Is double shield.
Oh yeah.
So meta is a
Which
style
makes
of
it
play.
really broken.
Does it mean like a style of playing?
No, it means that the players find whatever is the most optimal thing in the game and use that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and that becomes meta, and then it becomes what everyone uses.
Basically, like this is the best way to play the game.
Oh, One Drop has a good definition. Says it's the current state of the game. Although that's a little different than what you're saying, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but no,
No, not
because
really.
you can say
but-
the current state of the game is like bad, but that doesn't mean the meta's bad.
Oh, I see.
The meta
Okay.
could be amazing, but they could just have a really broken hero.
I see. Okay. All right. So meta. Was there anything else? Any other terms that I go, Baz? What are you talking about?
Probably a lot.
Like what? What do you got, Eli? What other terms do your parents go? What are you talking about?
Well, no, it's just there's a lot of like I don't like I can't name stuff off my mind, but
Right. Like they probably don't even seem that weird to you or difficult
OP?
to understand.
Yeah,
to
I
you.
was just thinking about OP as well.
yeah.
OP. There you go. So that's overpowered, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Baz has been saying OP since he was like, under 1. I think the first words he said were OP. I think he was looking at me. Like OP. Yeah, OP dad. Yeah, Urban Dictionary. It's no kidding. Yeah. Start reading the Urban Dictionary. I did look. I look at the Urban Dictionary. What's the other one? What's the one where they have like just dirty words for everything? They have like horrible, like they have incredibly sort of like graphic descriptions of like terms I've never, like innocent sounding terms. What is it? It's the something. Is it the Urban Dictionary, Baz? Which is the one where
Yeah.
you say don't look it up on.
Yeah.
Is that Urban Dictionary?
Yep.
It is. Okay, all right. Because these terms, I don't even know how they came to be. But anyways, okay. So you go down with OPP. What's POTG? What does that mean?
Play of the game?
Play the game for Overwatch.
Oh man, Cal is fast. Cal is meta.
No, I'm OP.
No.
Damn it, she's
What
OP. Lord Chunky's just like, no, don't, just give up now.
He's insane.
Just give up now. Geezer Geek, how are you, Geezer Geek? How are things?
Geezer.
Hi, David. Hi, Tech. Tech, hi. Tech, hi. That is from Feed the Cat.
Feed the donkey.
Don't forget to feed the cat. And also, yeah, we took the dog to the vet today. That was fun. They have this whole COVID protocol, so the vet comes out in a mask. You have to tie the dog up outside.
Can the dogs have a play date today?
I think she's already had her play date. She's up. You got to get up early if you want to catch Jane. She's up at the dog wakes me at usually 6 a.m. Today it was 6:45, so I love her. I freaking love her. Jack,
I got up just in time for this call.
Man, oh God, I hate you. I was about to tweet a picture. I'm not sure if I got around to it of Baz sleeping. It is the most I've never. I just don't know that it's possible to be this relaxed. Let me see if I got the picture. Here you go. Okay, this is the picture. Let me see if I can hold it up to the screen and see if anyone can see what's going on. I will see it. I will attempt to make this a visual experience for you. This is Baz when he's sleeping. How the heck?
Oh, Dad.
How the heck can you be that relaxed? Take a look at that.
Did you just post his face?
But that's insane. I don't know how anyone could possibly be that relaxed. I'm like in awe. Like I think that's OP chill. I would call that. Is that works, doesn't it? Huh? OP
Yeah.
chill. There you go. Yeah, I see.
Oh, David.
Just
David,
I wouldn't.
David,
I
David.
just wouldn't go around saying that because it's kind of.
What are you gonna say?
That's
Cringy?
the-
Is it gonna be cringy?
Yeah, there you go,
It's-
Dad. There you
it's
go.
kinda
Now you're
cringy.
learning more terms.
Right. I've got cringy as my favorite one. Baz has always referred to me as cringy dad, or the Fat Daddy Show, depending on who you're talking to, I guess. Okay.
Fat Daddy's the best.
Have I lost the chat? I have lost the chat. Show chat. There you go. Why am I not seeing the chat?
Hi,
Come on.
David.
Let's go. Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Oh, you missed
I'm
all
good,
the
thank
fun.
you. Oh, we went to the Tower of London.
What?
Nice.
What did you do?
Yeah.
Was that like his punishment?
No, I was
How
like,
would it be punishment?
A.
because it's been super empty because no one's going, so there was like hardly any people there.
So it's like a good opportunity to hit the old tourist sites. It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's like they've sort of funkied it up a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, and they're like ravens and stuff there. It's pretty
Like
cool.
real ravens.
Yeah, like actual ravens. And we saw the crown jewels.
You saw the crown jewels as well.
Yeah.
Are they as spectacular? Like, are they like? Do you go like, oh my god, I can't
Did you
believe?
steal them? Stealing the crown jewels? That's like a.
No, Baz.
Well, there's like I think it's like one of the biggest diamonds in the world is like there.
Is it?
And it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
What? I have a question for you. What? Why is there a king and a queen still? Like, why do they do all that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just like traditional.
Yeah.
Well, I mean they don't really have much power, but
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just. It's,
Fortnite gamers have power.
yeah, YouTubers have power now too. Twitch streamers.
You
no, it's just kind of
have
interesting.
too much power.
And then, well, I know. I can ask you about. And what's her name? Who's the one who's just Meghan Markle or whatever?
Meghan Markle.
What do you think of her leaving and coming to Canada and then not coming to Canada?
I don't know. Well,
Gas.
I mean,
Because we thought she was coming to Vancouver, right? We thought she was coming to live in Vancouver, and then she's like, "Screw this! I'm going back to LA."
yeah. Well, I feel like, I mean, it's a bit silly because like she's marrying like a prince, so she
Yes.
should have expected like there to be tons of like press and like news people
you gotta
all
think.
the time.
Yeah, you gotta think. That's
Yeah.
But she likes that
Honestly,
stuff,
I think
thought.
she's doing it for more press.
You think
if
she?
anything.
Yeah,
No, but she was complaining and saying that like, oh, all the press hate her and all this
Ah.
stuff. But I
What
mean,
like
I liked her
drama,
at the
where there was
start, and
What did
now
they
I
hate her
just-
for?
I don't really know.
You know, King
Well,
Ice
they-
Ninja
no.
says that they make more money than they cost the UK. So there's more people come in tourist dollars and stuff, I guess, than
Yeah.
it costs to keep them in the manners to which they're accustomed to. Because don't they have like insane amounts of money too?
Yeah, I don't know how
Yeah,
much
I
money they
think so.
actually have.
Well,
Well, she's also
they
American.
have like
That's a good point, Mr. Clean Tracy, because she is American. That's true. Like, I mean, I guess, and if you could live anywhere in the world, I guess, you know, if you could live like a movie star in LA, I guess that's probably better than, you know, kicking around old castles and stuff. For some people, I kind of like the
Well,
old castles.
they did have their like house like in Windsor or something, and they spent like £2 million of like taxpayers' money to redo it, and then now they don't even live there.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
that's not so cool. Especially when people are struggling. I guess but that's interesting though. I mean, I like the idea that they're making like that they make a lot of money because of who they are. That's kind of an interesting thing. You know, I never really thought of it that way. It always reminded me of sort of just the old days where like I am the lord and the lady of the manor, and you shall do what you're told, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So. But go back to the Tower of London. Have they done any sort of interactive stuff? Do they have any like technology down there? Are they doing any like do they have?
Not well, really. At the moment, it was pretty much just like there was like a route you went on because like some of the things like they couldn't have open because you couldn't do like social distancing there.
Oh, I see. Oh yeah, I guess it's going to be kind of like because it's kind of cramped down there. It's not exactly designed for big rooms with great views, right? And ventilation.
But it was pretty nice.
All the
like
parts with like the creepy like torture bits with like the little like tiny staircases and like corridors. They were all closed off, so there was only the big rooms
Ah,
open.
really?
Mhm.
Oh, that kind of. Well, couldn't they just like make you go like one at a time? Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I thought. But
because we just went to the vet, and the vet we had to drop that. We had to tie the dog up. Oh, we got a dog. Did we tell you that?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
it's so cute.
it's such a pain in the butt.
Mm.
I kind of love her to bits, but she also tears everything to bits. The backyard, it looks like a tornado has come through. It's
It
like
does. Okay, so we give her bone to try to chew it, and like so that she doesn't eat our arms, right? Like what every person would do. And then she's been burying it in different spots in the backyard. So like, oh, there it is, because you see this huge amount of dirt.
Oh.
it's one of
Dad,
the
are you
cutest.
sure you're live?
What was that?
Are you live?
Am I live?
I am.
Who's alive? What?
Are you live on
I-
Twitch?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I should be. I'm seeing the chat go by and I'm seeing myself, so I think that's good. Why did you sound like suddenly panicked?
Because my Twitch doesn't show our stream.
I feel like our internet is slowing down. I feel like maybe the internet in general is just getting a lot more use right now. What breed of puppy? Yeah, that's a good question, One Drop. It is a total mutt.
Coyote.
I think coyote. I think there's coyote in there. I think there's probably there's a bit of terrier. There's a whole lot of terror.
Terror.
Yeah, she does that coyote pounce. She does that like leap up in the air and then drop on things, which they do to catch animals in the snow. Have you ever seen them do that? It's one of the cutest things I've ever seen. They leap in the air and then their head just disappears into the ground. Except her head disappears like, into my leg or into my foot or something.
I'm streaming Fortnite Arena on Discord.
Really?
yeah,
Arena.
I'm watching your stream right now.
Really?
Yeah.
So we can watch a Fortnite stream on. Oh no, we can't because it stutters for me. It's like one of those things that stops you from doing it. Okay. But you think it was it was good to get out of the house and into a dungeon.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
How long were you there for? Like, how long did it take to get through?
Nice.
Not that long, but
Were you
Yeah,
bored,
I
or did you
know.
enjoy the entire time?
no, it was all like interesting and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It wasn't
interesting.
boring.
I always thought it would be so much fun to work at one of those places, like to be like the executioner and just like it'd be like being paid to do
That was
cosplay.
a weird thing to say.
Yeah, to be an executioner.
I always thought it would
some
be
people,
fun
like-
to be an executioner.
Who am I talking to? I'm talking to a group of people who like playing the game that you run around murdering people, Cal.
You get murdered while you're running away from them, Dad.
Ladies, have you heard of this game?
What game?
It's
Okay.
called what is it called? Anybody? Bueller? Anyone?
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I already
can't
have
think
God
of it.
loot at the
So
shop.
Yeah,
Dead
you've already got a scar, so you're doing good.
I've already got a scar.
No,
Oh,
no,
you know one thing that was pretty weird in the Tower of
This
London?
is his like Fortnite stream that I'm watching.
Oh, I see. So what was weird at the Tower of London?
So there was this one like display case of all like the like old guns and weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's just a P90 completely randomly.
What?
Yeah.
My P90?
I don't know.
Like I had a P90 in not my specific one, but so just a P90 like weapon.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I have a
It's really weird.
so P90 is the gun we used on Stargate Bass. I don't think you've seen me use it yet. I used it badly on Stargate. Actually, one of the funniest stories I had was one of the weirdest, funniest incidents I had was I was talking to a very smart guy at the University of Warwick about this brain-controlled wheelchair that he'd been working on at school. And so we tried it out and had a great day, and he showed us around, and we just did all this really cool stuff. And then at the end of the day, he said, "Oh, I want to show you something." He took us into the basement. So we're in the basement of a university in like on a day off type thing. So there's not a lot of people around. And he opens this. He's got like all of these weapons, like all of these like P90s and all the guns from Stargate. Now they were all like airsoft guns. They do like paintball stuff. But it was just so funny. I said like, oh my god, in America, I would have like pulled a handgun on you already, like because it was just so funny to have this stuff just like, oh, by the way, come into the basement of this school and I'll show you all the weapons that I brought in. I was just like, wow, you wouldn't even get that into a university anymore now. Like in certainly in, I don't know, North America, but certainly in the States.
Of course you wouldn't. They're guns.
They're guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want guns though.
Exactly.
I don't like guns. I mean, I like guns. I like guns in like in the idea of a firing range or like I even just those war game things with the paintball. As long as you don't set it, too strong so I don't get hurt. I don't want to get bruised. By
Like laser guns because like they don't hurt.
I like the laser idea. That does seem cool. Baz, didn't we play like a laser paintball thing in Australia? Wasn't there something we did there, Baz? We did. There was some kind of like a laser.
I love.
Like a laser.
We played laser guns.
That's it. It was laser guns, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's amazing.
Someone was asking if the guns we use on the show made a loud noise, and they used to. They used to use like blanks all the time, but the problem is blanks are slightly different than actual shells, so the P90s would jam a lot, which they apparently don't do when you have real live ammo in there. But it's not generally a good idea for us to shoot live ammo at each other. So we use blanks, which are quite loud. But the reality is nowadays you don't need to fire guns anymore. It's all almost always done with digital effects, right? It's just so easy to track the end of the gun and stick a flash on the end of it, because it's also very difficult to actually capture, like the speed required, and the shutter has to be set specifically to try to catch the flare of the light coming out of the guns when you shoot them. So, Nerf has a laser gun game you can buy that has an app that I play with my son around the house. Oh, I like the sound of that.
Oh.
That could be cool.
We have this. I got for my birthday this thing. It's like, so there's 4 laser guns, and then there's this thing which you like, kind of like strap onto your chest.
Oh, really?
And you can just play it whenever.
What, like, so if you get shot there, it registers?
Are you able to like switch guns? So you're able to have like a pistol and a shotgun?
Yeah, you are.
So my cousin has that exact same set.
Everyone in England has them, obviously.
And I loved it.
Really? Well, what's the set?
Yeah.
We should have a look, because I'm happy to shoot.
And then you can also play on like teams as well, which is fun.
You can like sync the guns together, so like if your teammate shoots you, it doesn't take away your lives.
Oh, that's great. So it's either you could do every man for himself, you could do teams. That's very cool. I remember the 90s version of it. It didn't work very well, but I'm assuming these ones. And are they pretty good?
Yeah, they're good.
I mean, it's going to be kind of neat when they can start adding artificial reality to glasses and things. The idea of being able to run around and play games. Like, could you imagine playing, even like Dead by Daylight, only in real life without killing people? Like, you could have like some kind of an AR system or, where you could be running around in the real world and be battling zombies or each other.
Yeah.
I just think there's an opportunity for it to be really cool.
Kick Jr., thank you so much for the 12-month sub.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Kick Jr. Indeed. Thank you, Baz, for finding that. Feed the Cat says the chest sensor thing was something we had at home in the 90s version of the laser tag. Yeah, and except you had to be like an inch away from it to actually get a shot. You basically had to bludgeon your sibling with the weapon in order to get the register a hit on it. Augmented reality. That's right. Is that what I said? No, I said the wrong term, but it's augmented reality. Exactly. Like once you get HoloLens small enough to fit on my glasses or just in a little eyepiece or something, and then being able to play these games outside. The idea that when we talk about, you could say, okay, Dad, I'm going outside to play video games. Like, how cool is that? That's what Baz's kid will be doing. If Baz ever has kids.
If I have a kid.
Yeah, exactly. I would say don't. I would say, if my experience is anything, I would say avoid it as long as you possibly can.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, buddy. I'm here.
You're really good. You're like super nice to me.
I'll help you out with some therapy later. So what do you think about Ubisoft, huh? They're Canadian, and they sound like a freaking disaster. Did you see that email? So they're like, they've got accusations of everything from like sexism, homophobic stuff. Some guy tried to strangle, like one of the VPs tried to strangle a woman at a game launch and stuff.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So, and apparently it's like...
Wait, why?
Because he was drunk.
He was drunk, yes. He was drunk, and
Oh,
apparently they're saying that there's like this toxic kind of environment at Ubisoft, which is just, there's just a lot of sort of not particularly socially, maybe not so socially well adjusted males there, and not enough women. And the women who are there are feeling very like women who would show up for jobs as a programmer would get asked, "Oh, you going to HR? It's over there." And they're like, "No, I'm not going to HR. I'm a freaking programmer. Why wouldn't I be?" type thing. You know what I mean? So it starts with that kind of, what would they call it? Microaggressions. And then it turns into, "You're arguing with me at a party. I'm going to strangle you." Like, I'm not sure who takes it that far. But he had to step down. Like, he sort of stepped away from the company.
You should have to, yeah.
Well, and he's like the chief guy, one of the chief people behind the new Assassin's Creed, the Valhalla one, the new Valhalla edition. But I was just thinking, like, well, first off, how the heck does that happen now? Like, how is it that doesn't, like, it only came to light because a really famous YouTuber was like getting these anonymous text messages from her friends saying what was going on, and they wanted them to be anonymous because they said that if they spoke up, then they were going to get in trouble or penalized or that kind of stuff. So I'd just be curious, like, how do you avoid that kind of stuff? What do you do if you work for somebody like that? Like, is it better to walk away, or is it better to try to change it? I guess.
I mean, if you just like resigned or walked away, that's kind of. I mean, I wouldn't blame someone for doing that, but it's also kind of bad because they don't like standing up for themselves.
It depends, like if it's safe for you to like go against it, or like tell if there's someone like higher up in the company than the person that like done something bad, and you think you could like tell them in a like safe way, then I think that would be a good idea. But if it wasn't like safe, then I don't think.
Well, what about?
Well, I don't know what you would do then.
I guess, as you say, it probably depends on your situation, doesn't it? I mean, what if you're like, if you're worried about losing your job, and then if you don't have a job, you don't have you can't make rent and all that kind of stuff. That's going to have an impact as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, it's just awkward. Like, who wants to bring that kind of stuff up, right? I mean, like, and that's the problem. Is I think that sometimes there's always that fear, I guess, that there's going to be a backlash on you somehow, like that it's going to be you bring this up, and then someone's going to say like, you're just mad because he didn't dance with you at the party or something. Like, I mean, I guess people are always going to take sides on this stuff, right? But I think you're right. I like the idea that if you can, you try to change the culture. But if you're in danger, get the hell out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. I was just very surprised because Ubisoft is like a Canadian company, and Canadians, we like to think that we're pretty progressive on this stuff. So I was really shocked when I heard that apparently this incident with the strangling thing happened like at an event at Toronto Ubisoft. Like, I was like, what? In this city? This cultured city? This Pearl? This magnificent, charming place in Canada?
Well, there are kind of like, isn't there like a gang war going on?
What? There's a gang war going on?
Yeah.
Where?
It was I don't know that much, but if you ask my dad, he does.
Huh. I know that my sister Kate was living across the street from a 19 probably 60s low income housing development that had become like this like center of gang shootings. There was a couple of gangs that would go at each other there. She moved because she was just like she just couldn't take it anymore, and also I think she wanted to be out in the country. She's not urban like me. What do we got? Oh boy, yeah. So Pac-Man's actually had problems with patience as well. So yeah, I mean this is the problem, I think. And as women, I think you're going to find this probably, well, I think you're gonna. I don't know a single woman in my life who hasn't had some kind of unwanted advances or frankly just incredibly misappropriate, inappropriate behavior. Women, for some reason, have been a target of this for a very long time. I think because their position in society has been sort of being forced to be below the men for so long that there's an underlying kind of sexism that's there, especially in the older generation. I mean, I find myself saying things that I realized, calling people girls when I shouldn't be calling them girls, and one of the things I know you don't particularly mind, but I don't like calling everybody guys if there's women involved as well. But it's just those little subtle things that I'd like to change about myself on that, because I worry that it does lead to these kind of things. But
What do you say, dude, to a girl?
what?
Would you say dude to a girl?
No, I'd say dudette.
Dudette. I don't know.
I was learning to say that, and I did
I
not
would say
like it.
dude.
Yeah, but
I think
if
saying
someone said to
dudette
me,
as well.
dudette, I'd be kind of annoyed.
Really?
I think
Yeah,
it sounds
if
funny.
I wouldn't
Same.
take it weird.
Like if I was a
Wait,
girl,
like-
I'd be way more mad if someone called me dudette than dude.
Well, then that's
Yeah,
and,
Eli, were you in Miss LaForme's class?
No.
Okay.
well,
okay,
let's
that's
let the
what I
ladies
wanted.
speak here on this, because I think they probably have better
Sorry, yeah.
insight on it. What do you think?
Well,
I wouldn't care if someone said dude, it'd just be like normal. But if someone said dudette, it'd just be weird.
It does sound a little
Because I mean,
condescending.
because like if we're saying dudette, I mean like they would they would have thought about calling you dude and said in their head like if she's a girl, you can say something different,
Huh.
and that is
Another
kind of
thing
weird.
is I feel like having like for just like common terms like if you would say like just a casual thing like dude or something,
Mm.
I feel like if you're making like a different thing for women, it's just like making it worse, if you get what I
Ah.
mean, because it's like
That's what I think.
Right.
Well,
Because
that's what I
also-
was told as well.
I'm not sure if this is everywhere, but now like I think definitely in the UK like it's you wouldn't say like in theater it's like there's not actresses and actors, it's just actors
Yeah.
in general.
Actors, yeah. Yeah.
Which I think that's better because like especially like being an actor, like there's like if you're a girl it doesn't make you like any worse at it. It's
Right.
like it's the same for everyone.
Yeah, it's still the same job. You're actors.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There was definitely a push for that probably about 20 years ago, I guess. Female actors started saying like, look, why are we being called actresses? It somehow undermines stuff. And I agree. I think that's important. Like, what are you, a plumberess? You know what I mean? Like, what are you,
Yeah.
like, or a builderess? How does that, yeah. That's interesting. Someone was saying that in Southern California, dude was always completely gender agnostic. There you go. One drop says dude is gender agnostic. Someone else, Sally Sal, was saying, I think that it was always for men or women. As this young lady is pointing out, dude may not be received well to a woman in England. Really? Is that possible?
England, like I don't hear anyone saying dude anyway.
Yeah, no one really says it though
No
in
one says
England.
dude.
Do they say
But-
bro and bra?
Oh god.
No one really says
bruv.
bro either.
Hey,
You
bruv.
just say like
Bro, we're not in
I don't
New
know,
York.
hi.
Wait a sec. I hear Baz say bro and bra or whatever all the time when he's gaming.
Yeah, but
What do you say then?
I don't know.
I say Glenn, come on, or enter name here, come on.
No, I've heard you say, come on, brah, come on, or something like that.
Say come on, brah. I'm like, what's up, dudes? No, I don't do that.
All right.
That's New York stuff.
I say, come here,
Leave
brat.
that for New York.
Save it for New York? Okay, all right. They say chap. No, they don't say chap. Oh my gosh.
Fam.
Like though
Yeah,
people
what would you
saying
say?
they want gender equality and
Yeah, it's a
stuff.
long fam.
Mm.
But then if you're making like different names and stuff for women, it's just like making it more of a gap.
Interesting. Well, there's that line between making a gap and also, it's just, I guess what people's concern is it's like we were talking about before with the whitelist and the blacklist and all that kind of stuff, and slave and master when it comes to computer stuff, is that if there are connotations that make it, that sort of remind people or make people feel that you're somehow that it's a male dominant culture, that they might want to change it. But I see what you're saying. Do you want to split things up even more?
Is anyone still watching my stream?
Yeah, I am.
It's on in the
So-
background. There you go. I'm not going to broadcast it because I think it may be difficult for people of my age to focus on both. Although I guess we could have a quick. Do you want to have a quick check-in? What are you up to right now? I wonder if I could do. If I do this, am I going to screw up the sound? You know what? I'm not going to mess with it. I'll tell you what, Eli. This week I will check it out, and so next week I should be able to share the screen without causing complete chaos on the stream. How does that sound?
Okay.
All right. We're very good, thank you. We rate. Just a quick shout out to the stream chat. I am doing Tech Bandits today, so basically we're Game Bandits today, so it's all about video games. So I'm talking to the bandits. My focus is on them. I love and welcome your comments below, but I will probably not be doing shout outs and stuff as I go along, other than to sort of keep the conversation going with this. So just so you know, if you want to talk sort of more to me and have me focus more on the chat, Tuesdays 11 or around 11 to noon, somewhere in there. Probably usually starts around noon. I do chats. So, but this is definitely about the bandits, and I'm getting some great info here. Everything from meta to dude. So that's interesting though. So is there a term? Are there any terms that are used by women in the same way that guys do that kind of stuff? Say that kind of stuff? Like dudes and bra and bros and all that kind of stuff? Do you...
In the UK, I don't think anyone really says like dude, bro, or like there's no.
It's just,
like,
yeah.
Like you just say hi. I don't know.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense. Look, and different cultures are gonna have different ways of saying things to people, right? I mean, I keep thinking like in like the French language and the sort of the Romance languages, you have female and male, like actual things are male and female in the way you describe them, right? So that which is like mind blowing to me. Like how do you define whether a piece of cake is?
Yeah, my French teacher was saying that like some people in France wanted to like change that, but then they couldn't because it was too like complicated for their language. But like,
yeah, could you imagine
some countries have managed to like change most of the masculine, feminine stuff apparently.
Huh.
So
I mean, it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing Aaron Cross is saying in French, I don't really have those neutral names, but I'm guessing you will soon, right? Because there's definitely a push for, you know, one of the things that Jane was saying is in a lot of the bios that she reads for people, because she's talking to people about crewing up for this movie, and a lot of the bios will now will say how they would like to be referred. Like, so, you know, are they a he or a she? Are they? Are they, you know, whatever?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's amazingly complicated, and I think that's partially because it's amazingly complicated because we're not used to it, right? I mean, if we'd grown up with it, no one would think anything of it. It was really funny the other day, not funny, but it was interesting the other day where we were talking to our fantastic inventor in England, who's actually, believe it or not, actually, I know you, Cal, you probably can't believe this, but actually older than me, and he was saying that it has gender recognition. He could his computer can identify gender, and of course, the bandits were like,
No.
the bandits were like, what?
That's so sad.
What's that?
He came second on his thing.
Oh no! You came second?
said
You were that
before.
close to a Fortnite win?
Yeah, no, I was playing an arena.
Nice. Mate. Hello, mate. That's good. I like mate. Mate's fun. I always liked Baz. I always wanted to say lad. I always liked lad for a bit. Hello, lad. Come on, lad. Although it sounds a bit like a dog.
Lad is kind of sexist.
Is it?
No, because in like
No, it's stereotypical.
it's stereotypical because it.
What
If
do you
someone
mean?
said lad, I'd think. I mean, I wouldn't think of a girl being lad.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
No, I would never refer to a woman as that. So it would be my kid.
It's kind of.
Lass. Just lass?
Oh, like his actual name.
Laddie.
What?
Lad
Laddie.
and lass? There you go.
Lad and
Yeah,
lass. Yeah, but lasses. I
Lass?
don't think you could call people lasses, can you?
You
Lasses?
do if you're Irish. If you're Irish, you do.
Oh, you're
Oh,
Irish. Right.
lasses.
Right. But again, and also I guess the question also is how much of it is tradition, how much of it is, like how progressive can you get with traditional languages? When do you start infringing on that side of stuff? It's a really strangely complicated thing. Like I'm always I find myself much more conscious of how I talk to people now than I ever was before, to the point where I sometimes worry that maybe I'm worrying too much, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be... I worry about, like, this 1984 thing where you get into, like, a thought crime. Have I thought the wrong thing? You know what I mean? Or... So, it's a really interesting dilemma. My dad calls me boy and I'm 50. I'm going to call Baz Bratlet until the day I die. Apparently in the 90s there was a Ladette movement.
It's probably going to be soon if you call him that.
Hello, love. Yeah, I think hello, love from a woman would be okay, but I think potentially coming from a man that could be perceived as, I don't know, I would say hello, beautiful to Jane, but I'm not sure I would say hello, beautiful to anybody else other than maybe the dog. Actually, I shouldn't let Jane know that I do that. Probably. And yes, dads are always going to call you little girl back, mom, because that's the way they are. And I'm going to and Baz will always be a child to me, and I'll never take a single thing he says seriously because of that. All right, so we talked about the. I mean, again, I'm not sure that Ubisoft is, or Ubisoft. How would you say it? Ubisoft? Ubisoft?
No.
How would you say it, Chunky?
Ubisoft.
You'd say Ubisoft? Okay.
Ubisoft, yeah.
And Baz was really disappointed to hear that Ubisoft was in this situation, because he was saying, like, look at the freaking character selection on their new Hyperspace game.
I was saying Hyperspace.
Oh yeah, I watched his stream.
But you gotta be careful with I noticed that but Rainbow Six has a lot of very opposite people.
What do you mean?
Rainbow Six? I don't think Rainbow Six is too bad.
What do you mean?
No. Rainbow. I'm not saying Rainbow Six is bad. I'm just saying that it does have a lot of. Most of the female characters are all very.
What, underdressed?
No, not at all.
Not underdressed, but very like. How do you say it? Like.
I would say that they're fine, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're fine. They're fine. Pardon?
What's wrong with the females?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What did you notice? What sort of stood out to you, Sebastian? Anything in particular?
It's very what you think when you think.
Like stereotypically female?
Yeah, like yeah.
Really? Wait, what? No.
Really?
Wait,
No.
which is the one you're talking about?
We're talking about you just said Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
They don't look overly sexist. Nothing. They just look like females.
I mean, it's definitely
okay. Yeah.
Well, maybe maybe you saw something else then. But it's interesting. I just thought it was a really good point you made, Baz, about how.
Wait, yeah, I haven't seen any of the new operators yet. I take that back. Sorry.
Oh, really? They're new operators?
We're locked.
I just mean like Ella, and Ella looks very like what you think, and so does
Well, have you seen Ella's Elite? Even then, not quite as much.
Which is
I don't
this?
know.
This is the Rainbow Six Siege?
Yeah.
I would say IQ the most so.
Yeah, IQ, and Ella for me.
Did I ever find that video for you about where they had Batman and Catwoman switch?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was fascinating to me, where you go like, oh my God. Like, if you had Batman, like, sliding around like that, would just, it's ridiculous. I mean, how...
It was kind of funny, honestly.
It was really funny, but I think it was funny because you go like, oh my God, like what, like it's like the fact that we can accept that in one and not the other is very interesting, you know? Anyways, okay, so that was interesting. I just thought it was interesting that Baz specifically was pointing out a game that he felt had a good, because we talked about this before in the past about which games seem to be sort of nicely sort of like cover that, you know, so there's a hero for everybody basically. That's not good. Bulldog farts are always bad. Unless there's someone named Bulldog Fart, and there's someone called Toasted Fart who shows up every so often here. But not a Bulldog Fart. Okay, the next one I've got, this is like I swear to God, if you want to know what's going to happen, you got to check out Google Trends. Like, you could type in any game you want. You can see exactly, like, in your province or in your state or whatever, or across the world, how popular games are. You can see where the searches are going. So you can see and go like, oh, you know what? Look at this. So let me see. The one that I looked up here, I've got this one where I looked up, I went to Google Trends. I looked up Fortnite, Valorant, Minecraft, and Call of Duty, right? Just to get a sense of over time where they were. So Minecraft had sort of peaked, or not peaked, but in the last, in the last year, basically. It was sort of peaking around July, and then it just sort of dropped off. It started dropping off, and then like what came up? Like Call of Duty sort of spiked, I guess, because the new one came out. But Minecraft has come back big time in like April of this year. It just took off, and it's now like 1, 2, 3, 4, like almost 10 times as popular as the nearest closest game, which was Valorant, spiking when Valorant first came out, right? Call of Duty is like stable all the way through. Like, it's just like a baseline the entire way through. But it's just kind of neat to see that this data allows you to. I thought I'd knocked a bug off my. I've got a little bug in a jar here for Friday, but it's just kind of neat to see where people are playing the games and stuff. Like, which games are more like which ones break down by regions and things. Anyways, I just thought if you want to. The Baz is always saying like, oh no, like, you know, what do you say? Like, you were like, oh, no one plays Minecraft anymore, and then it was like something else. You were saying, oh yeah, people are getting bored of Fortnite. I mean, if you look at Fortnite's numbers, let's have a look. I'm looking at Fortnite's numbers right now.
No, huge numbers, but the amount of hate compared to I hate on Fortnite because I think it's a well done game, but its community is what makes it bad.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The community is the best community out there.
Which is the best community?
No. No.
Yeah, I think it is.
No.
Well, okay, wait a second. Compared to what, though?
No.
All right, so we've shouted them down. But why do you think the community is so good at Minecraft, Eli?
I just think it is.
Like, your experience has been good with it.
Because the Fortnite community is just a bunch of teens being cocky, and then the Minecraft community is like nice people.
So where are you playing
I personally
Minecraft?
think the Sims community is the best.
Oh, really? You think the Sims community is the
It
best?
can be nice. Like, I'm not saying some communities are bad, but I'm just saying the thing with the Minecraft community is that it's very like.
I think we can all agree that Rainbow Six has one of the worst communities.
Rainbow Six.
There you
Rainbow
go.
Six
Way
is
to
a
bring
very
us
bad
together with that.
community.
Yeah.
So
I've come
does,
across like a total of 3 people in games that were actually nice.
You know
so
what?
does Overwatch. Overwatch has a really mean community.
I was
yeah.
amazed at how bad Roblox was. I found Roblox
has
toxic for a while there. It's there cleaning themselves up now quite a bit. Rainbow Six community. Okay, so there's a question for you. What do you think it is about these games that... Do you think the games are eliciting these kind of things? Or
I think it's like the competitive nature of the game.
Yeah, it's most of the very competitive games. Like League of Legends, a game that I'm playing right at this moment, it has a very bad community as well.
League of Legends does?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really? The movie with
Yeah,
all the superheroes?
One of the worst. Yeah, Dota.
Dota is equally as
So,
bad.
but so does well, I don't know about what's it called? Dead by Daylight as much.
Very bad. Very
Really?
bad.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Really toxic community. Yeah.
In Dead by Daylight?
Yes.
But you're not playing... Are you playing with people you don't know? Or you just... Or I guess if you get into a game with people you don't know, you can... Do you chat?
Well, if you get into a game with like friends, usually it's fine.
Well, yeah, unless you have the wrong kind of friends.
Yeah.
But the killer can still be toxic to you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And they can talk to you?
Not in game, no.
Huh.
But you can type in chat.
But they can be toxic by the way they play in the game.
Oh, I see. So there's like, see, I'm not a big fan of this whole like teabagging and stuff. Like that just sounds.
That happens a lot in DBD.
I hate that because like it's such a horrible. Like you've won the game. Be gracious about it. You know what I mean? Okay. We're about to change someone's lives. You ready, bandits?
All right.
Sally Sal wants to know about this game called Minecraft.
Are you kidding
It's the best game. I love
amazing.
It really is. It's
But
building.
I never get to play with anyone.
You can do anything and everything you want. It's great.
Yeah, it's it's a game that you can keep coming back to. Like you go away, you go and play your toxic games. You come back. Minecraft involves building, problem solving, community.
Stardew Valley has a good community.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Animal Crossing doesn't have as good, in my opinion.
But would you say as things become more popular, they become more toxic?
Yeah.
And is that just
Maybe.
I feel that way.
But okay, so Eleanor was saying though that she said that the Sims community was really good.
Yeah, The Sims is like really good. Also, I'm on a, Claire.
Yeah.
I'm on her Discord chat, and it's like a massive Discord. There's like over 10,000 people on it.
Really?
But everyone on it is super nice, and it's like a really like nice place to chat and stuff.
Is someone modding it? Like, do they have a Cal the Hammer there as well, who can sort of knock people off?
Well, they do have a lot of mods, but like the people in general are just like nice, and people do things like votes. Like one of the things people do is like Discord makes my Sims, so they'll do like a vote, and then you can help decide, and then they'll like post whatever sim they've made or
cool.
like
well, that's
fun
neat.
stuff like that.
Do you think it's the Sims community or is it Claire's community?
Well, I think the Sims community is as well. They've also made a Sims TV show recently.
What?
How is
like,
that?
Oh my
It's
God,
a competition show about the Sims.
A competition about the Sims?
So it's like there's teams of like Sims content creators, but they're not as well known.
Huh.
Like they may be at like 100 to 200k subscribers on YouTube. And then they're in teams, and then they do different challenges like involving building or create a sim or like storytelling throughout the Sims. And it's actually on TV and YouTube, so
I'm
cool.
seeing it. Gesundheit. I'm seeing an article about it. I haven't read the article, but I'll put it up anyways. It's a New York Times article about it, where they're saying that the Sims
called, like The Sims Sparked.
Yes, that's it. So the Sims is bringing its inclusive spirit to TV. Okay, all right. So I'm putting that in the chat so people can see what you're talking about. The other thing I should do is I should probably put Claire's channel in here too, shouldn't I? Because she's you're a big fan of her as well. Do you have it? Do you have the link for it somewhere?
I can wait. Let me just see if I can get a link.
Oh, you know what? If I look up Claire, she'll probably show up, won't she? She's pretty popular now. Claire, do you know what her second name is?
Siobhan. It's like, wait. If you.
Oh, she's got that amazing way of spelling Siobhan, right? That
SIOBHAN. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Okay,
do you know how? Wait.
I got her.
Okay.
I have her here. Okay, copy. Claire's Siobhan. I didn't even know that's how you. Yeah, there she is. Okay, so you like her. You like her community. That's great. That's good. I mean, I got to say, as a parent, it's nice to hear that there's not, But do you think? Okay, here's a question. Do you think that
I need Reddit to make me happy
men, women, everything in between?
Reddit's a bad community, most of them.
Do you think they have different tastes in games and stuff? I mean, do you think? I guess can you generalize, or do you not generalize? Like, are there as many men in the Sims community as there are in other games, or women, or do you think there's a difference?
Definitely. I think there's like a big range of people as well.
Yeah.
Because Claire and Ali were streaming, and they were saying and they were talking about like their like average age of their audience, and Ali, like Ali A, the Fortnite guy. He was saying how his audience is like all 12-year-olds, whereas Claire's audience, like people were typing in the chat how old they were, and there were like a massive range of people.
Interesting, huh? Well, Ali, we knew Ali from Pokemon days, right, Baz?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I think,
LEA was for me the Pokemon Go guy,
yeah, it was
not
him
the Fortnite guy.
and Unlisted Leaf
Yes,
as well.
same here.
Unlisted Leaf for the
Yeah,
actual cards.
I remember that. Jack, it'd be you and me. We'd like watch. I remember you, me, and Ben.
Yeah.
We'd all like. I remember this one time we were so happy because we made it to watch the LEA video when it came out 5 minutes after.
Right.
Oh, dude, we were so happy.
That was before when I'm constantly refreshing YouTube to wait for a new video.
Really?
Yeah.
Just 'cause,
So you
like,
didn't look for other people.
I've already watched all the videos,
That's
so I'm
what
just
I'm
like
doing.
waiting for more.
You'd finished the internet. Okay, so Mr. Clean Tracy. Well, sorry. Let me finish up with the Minecraft thing for a second, because I know I totally went off topic on that. But Sally Sal was asking about Minecraft. There is an educational version, but it's only available to educators and to teachers. You have to have like an institution behind you. It's really unfortunate because I really wanted to play with it as well. But if you get the Bedrock edition, there's a lot of coding add-ons and stuff you can do. So I would highly recommend playing with Minecraft if you want. And while I absolutely adore and my love of Minecraft grew up. I grew older with the Java edition because of all the mods and everything. I think the Bedrock edition is probably better if you're going to try to get any kind of educational impact out of it.
Educational of it, yeah. If you just want to play the game, I would go Java though.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Because you can build so many more you can just do more stuff in Java.
Okay. All right. And you don't think that's changing with Bedrock? You don't think Minecraft's supporting it as fast as the Java?
I don't know. Just the way the game works is that just a bunch of things don't work in Java.
I'm worried that they're gonna phase out Java. That's my concern. Cal, what do you think?
I doubt it, because most of the very loyal player base is on Java.
Right.
Yeah.
Like all of the YouTubers, all of the PvP people, all of the
Yeah, they'd lose Dream. They'd lose
anyone hardcore. I don't know. They would.
Ooh, I'm gonna do a hardcore Minecraft world right now.
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised that they haven't just stuck with. I'm surprised that they have two different streams with Minecraft. I would have thought they would just continued with Java because it works on everything. Why bother changing it? But I guess
no, Bedrock works on everything.
Oh, Bedrock works on everything, but Java doesn't.
No, it only works on PC.
Oh.
It works on Mac too, though, and it works on Android. I thought.
Yeah. No, it doesn't work on Android. It just works on a computer. So
that's so interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so what was that, Eli?
Interesting. I'm just gonna do a Minecraft hardcore world and I'm gonna stream my pain.
Ooh, totally not. Castiana says that they are a big Space Engineers fan, which is something I have been dying to play with. You know.
What about? Do they like? There's some games that are that have somewhat to do with space, but at the same time, not really. Some games that I've been looking at, Among Us and Astroneer. Even though I already have Astroneer.
Astroneers. Yeah. Is that someone was recommending that to me the other day as well? Okay, Mr. Clean Tracy's got a question for us. What's the best RPG for someone new to gaming? Do you mean RPG as in desktop games, or tabletop games, or video games? Would be my question on that one. But what do you think, folks?
Too broad of a question. I kind of narrowed it down a bit in chat.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah,
great. What have you got? Oh,
RPG.
look at Cal. Cal is the hammer and the. What would you be? And the lock.
Such balance.
She's enforcing balance in the world. What did you find, Cal? What was it about?
I was just saying that the word RPG on itself is just too broad. There's so many different types of RPGs. Yeah.
It used to just be the desktop Dungeons and Dragons types, but it's since video games have taken off the RPGs.
Well, you can have open world RPGs, you can have linear story RPGs, you can just have grindy RPGs. Even Pokemon is an RPG.
Is it?
The first story game that I played was Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, and you like that?
So, yeah, I really liked it.
What?
I think also
Hardcore stream.
What was that?
for Horizon, I played it on easiest level because I
Mm.
basically just to explore the world more.
Right.
So that's why, like, if you want to do that, it makes it like less stressful to play.
Right. Right. What like define RPG? Actually, I'm gonna put this one out to Cal. Cal, what is an RPG role playing game? What is that like? How is that? I mean, in a way, you're playing a role in any game.
It's the basic of it. You can advance your character. You can get skills, different skills, levels, and stuff that is needed for an RPG.
Okay, all right. That makes sense.
Would Horizon count as that? Because there is like different skills.
Yes, because you can get gear.
Yeah.
So is Minecraft an RPG?
Nope. It's more of a sandbox.
But you can still gather stuff and get like you can still build like if you're doing it in like survival mode, it would be like isn't that kind of RPG?
Yeah, kind of.
Actually, yeah, I suppose it is an open world sandbox RPG. Yeah, never mind. Yes, it is. Yeah.
Well, just because you could get to the point where if you die, you would lose all the advances you made or some of the advances you've made. But I mean, I gotta say that's the thing. I would say if I was to define Minecraft, I would define it almost as a social platform because the reality is with Minecraft is like, I mean, some people play it alone, but for the most part, it's about getting together and like in Baz's case, screaming at each other. I mean, in a nice, happy way. Speaking of RPG games, you know, I played the Stargate RPG the other day, and it was like so much fun. But that is a legitimate like D&D 5th edition with modifications. Like they've modified the 5th edition version of D&D a little bit to work within their episode approach to it. Really fun, like really, really fun. I got to be totally stupid. I got to play a giant warrior. I think they're going to stream that next. Well, maybe this weekend. It's something to do with San Diego Comic-Con. I think they're doing some kind of a promotional thing. So, I mean, it's just really fun. And then having Baz and I were on a dog walk the other day, and Baz had this whole Tokyo animation idea of an RPG. Like why don't we do Dungeons and Dragons, but we do it all with anime characters and set it like in futuristic Tokyo and stuff. Like it's just kind of, I love the creative aspects of it. And also, if you use Roll20, so Roll20 is this great site that does all the die roll for you and keeps track of things, and it's fantastic. It's yeah, highly recommend it. And I think if I know if Lorenza, if you're into the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing, thanks to Stranger Things, then we should totally be doing some of that.
Yeah.
Have you explored Dungeons and Dragons at all since watching Stranger Things?
Like Dad was gonna and our uncles who were gonna like play at some point.
Yeah.
And we got this like guidebook thing to look at.
Was it the Stranger Things D&D?
No, it was just like the standard D&D.
Oh, okay, all right. Because they actually have like a beginner's kit for like a Stranger Thing themed a D&D game, basically.
Oh, cool.
Well, I mean, like I think it's just sort of designed to be kind of retro, like the show.
Yeah.
I found another
cool.
game I thought people might like if
yeah.
they like. This is a game you can play on your phone. I think it takes quite a lot of storage because it's a very big game, but it's also like the graphics are amazing on it. It's called and it is a role playing game.
Okay.
It's called Dragon Raja or something, and it's kind of like anime, but the way you can customize your characters is really cool.
Dragon Raja?
Yeah. If you search it on the App Store, it looks pretty good.
Oh,
and it's open world. You can play with friends. You can change your characters and stuff. It's really cool.
All right. Dragon.
I would play it if I had more storage on my phone.
Wow, I like the sort of Tron-like motorcycles. It's very cool. Let me see if I can find a link to maybe a trailer or something for people. Yes, exactly.
I saw some YouTuber advertising it, and I usually when YouTubers advertise games, they're not very good. But this one actually.
Well, they'll get better. They'll get better at advertising to you depending on what you like. Oh, so I found their website. Okay, but they've got a YouTube channel. Is there a trailer for it on YouTube? I wonder. There must be. They must have a trailer. I always like to show people trailers because I feel like that's what. There you go. Final trailer. I have no idea if it's appropriate or not. So beware. But I shall copy the link.
It says 12 plus on the App Store, so it should be okay.
It should be fine. And they're advertising to you. Although, no, you're older than
Yeah.
I keep thinking, right, yes. I get my ages all mixed up. Okay, so there you go. So that is the link to that. It's called Dragon Raja. I like that.
I really want to get it, but I don't have enough space.
What is it you like about it?
Well, I think it's like, I don't know, I really like, well, in like like if you search it, like has different pictures of like what you can do in the game.
Right.
And I think it's like a really good, like, it looks like a good combination of different games, if you get what I'm saying.
Right. And you can play it on the go.
Yeah.
Is it a pay for play, or do you?
Well, it says they're in-app purchases, but I think you can, like,
You don't have to.
I think it's fine. You don't have to.
Right. Because that's always, oh my God, that's like when you get yourself locked into those game systems and you're just like constantly having to play little bits here and there. I remember I got into the habit of doing it with Pokemon Go. Every so often I'd be like, oh my God, I just need this. I'm just going to throw a little money at it. And then I was like, oh boy. Then you're like committed. All right.
Commitment is key. Wisdom is my faculty.
There's a little rap going on in the background. All right, let me see what else I've got in this thing. So I've done the big data thing, Google Trends. Oh my God, did you see how much money is being spent on video games?
A lot more than stuff.
So last year at this time, it was people had spent 182 million. Is that what it is? A billion? Oops, my light's gone out. I forgot to reset that.
Billion?
Is it billions? I can't tell on the. I don't see where it is. Dollars, sales, millions. So 182 million dollars was spent on hardware.
Wow.
That was last year. This year. Oh no, what's that? What am I saying? Oh no.
So
this is
hardware,
just
that would
June.
be like computers and consoles, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I take that back. So June the 16th, they spent 182 million dollars. June the 17th, 230 million dollars. June 18th, $354 million. June 19th, back to 231. June the 20th, back to 191. But isn't that insane?
Yeah.
But you want to hear even more insane? June the 16th, 237 million spent on accessories and game cards. And on June the 20th, 417 million spent. Yeah. And 570 million spent on software.
That's a lot of V-Bucks.
Yeah.
David, wouldn't it feel great to add to that list by buying some new hardware?
I can read your mind, Lord Chunky. Well, keep those PC parts lists coming. I think I could probably. I almost bought a USB card, a little PCIe USB card, not USB card.
Yeah.
Yeah, USB card. Because I thought, what if I need like lots of extra like ports for, cameras and stuff? I've got a couple of extra cables coming, so I can run cables to the CNC and the 3D printers because I still got to build that. And then I thought I could also get another camera into the other room and then set them up there. So I could basically have this room for work with the computers. Then I can keep all the dusty stuff and the stinky stuff in the other room. With the biotech stuff. So, because I was a little terrified to hear, like, at the very end here, I sort of ended our email today, the little notes today, on this thing where I saw this article in Tech Radar where it said, like, the PS5, it's already, like, it's a great system. It's got a lot of SSDs and fast stuff in it, but it could be beat by a mid-range PC. So I was like, console gamers. And then I saw Digital Trends talking about the Xbox Series X and saying that it is faster than a gaming PC.
Which gaming PC? Then a gaming PC. There is no way that AMD is gonna put themselves out of business by making a chip that can beat out any other chip they could possibly make. It's stupid. Why would AMD just destroy themselves?
Yeah, that
makes no sense. So if it's so great, then just wait for the AMD to release the desktop variant of that.
Right.
And then it's going to smash the consoles.
Well, okay, but here's a question for you. But when they make, again, this is what I was wondering about. If you're buying a desktop PC You're buying it not just for gaming, right? It's designed to do many things.
Everything. Yeah.
But the console is only designed for gaming.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't that give it an advantage? But doesn't that give it an advantage?
It gives an advantage in the lower end, but if you just want to spend an extra $100,
right,
then like maybe the performance is very similar or just slightly better, but you also get things like you can do whatever the hell you want with it.
I would
you can't upgrade your console.
You can't upgrade it. No, it's true. Yeah. And it's all proprietary, right? You have to pull it all, like you'd have to basically pull it all apart and figure out how it works yourself, because there's no way to mod it. Or
the only thing you can upgrade is the storage.
Right, and even that's difficult because we've upgraded the storage on our Xbox and it was a freaking nightmare. You got to buy a separate drive and have it I guess probably.
You have to buy Xbox compatible drives.
Well, you're supposed.
We just got for our PlayStation. We just got a external hard drive and it works really well.
Yeah, but you have to dedicate it to the Xbox. You have to buy a separate hard drive because you can't then use that on a PC as well. I don't think.
Yeah, but it wasn't even that expensive. It was like £10 or something.
It's a lot cheaper now than it was. It used to be you had to buy special Xbox, Microsoft hard drives and stuff and they were crazy expensive and it was a nightmare. Oh, that's great. They have to do that. That just seems insane. Baz is struggling right now because he's trying to get this. We ordered this. Xbox has this Xbox Gaming or Microsoft Gaming has this a deal on right now. For $1, you get access to basically everything that they've got, both for the PC and the Xbox. That. You got that as well? But on the PC, you have to encrypt the drive. Did you use BitLocker on yours?
I don't know.
Well,
I didn't have to do that.
You didn't have to do that?
No, you bought the game,
but I didn't have to do that unless they changed it in the last. When did I get? I got mine 10 months ago. I didn't have to do that.
Well, they want the drive encrypted. We tried encrypting the external drive. That wasn't going to do it. They want the drive with the operating system on it.
But Microsoft doesn't give you access to the files anyways.
Look. It says for some reason it will not let you download the games without it, and I'm assuming that what it's doing is it's forcing you to encrypt it so that they have control over the material. Is what I'm guessing, right?
Interesting.
Don't you think that that's the only thing I could think the reason for it was I thought, okay, so you encrypt the drive with them so that they know that only you are using this drive and using this software. I'm assuming. This whole debate about Xbox and PC gaming came up because we were struggling with this game stuff, with this Windows 10 nonsense, and Baz was getting frustrated, and I was getting frustrated, and I was like, "Oh my god, if you just want a game, let's just freaking do
I was about to build the speedrun thing and then got blown up by a creeper.
Let's just do a console. You know what I mean? You did a speedrun and then got blown up by a creeper. That sounds exciting. What are you doing? Where are you playing, Eli? What are you playing on?
Minecraft.
No, but where on Minecraft?
I'm just playing survival because I have nothing else really to do.
You're doing survival on your own?
Yeah, I can't do anything else. I don't have realms.
Yes, the realms thing. I'm tempted to get both a Java and a Bedrock version of Realms so people can join each other, but I haven't decided to do that yet. Windows 10 doesn't come with BitLocker. I know. So then how could you sign up for it if you don't have BitLocker? We didn't have BitLocker either, and we had Windows 10 Pro, so I don't understand that either. Let's just say one of the reasons why I started talking about consoles again, I was like, wait a second, is it really this much of a pain in the butt to get to load these games that I'm paying for on a monthly basis now? So I definitely much prefer PC gaming. I prefer having a desktop. The consoles I find irritating. It's another way to have to roam around stuff. I also really don't like the way there's ads all over the place. They keep trying to get me to do stuff. Pro should have BitLocker. I know, but I can't find it. It doesn't come up as. I mean, maybe it's something I have to load separately or something.
BitLocker.
What was that? What was that, Bez?
I have BitLocker.
Oh yeah, no, I know we've got it now, but didn't we have to download it or something?
No.
It may have
we got a new gaming kind of set up here because we're at my dad's at the moment.
You've got you got a new gaming setup?
Yeah, because in the sitting room downstairs, not in the kitchen, in the living room.
Right.
Will has his Xbox there.
Right.
And so we had this other TV that we brought into the guest room next to Will's room.
Right.
And then we have the PlayStation there. So that's pretty cool.
So you've got your own gaming room now?
Yeah, and we can just like sit on the bed and it's super comfy.
Oh, that's great.
I'm a banana.
So, that's nice, Eli.
Yeah, good for you.
Eli has finally achieved bananadom.
He has ascended into banana level.
He's ascended into bananadom. BitLocker is part of Windows 10 Pro. Yeah, but it did not come ready to go on our Windows 10. I have Windows 10 Pro installed from a freaking USB drive. So yeah, we're still struggling with that. Baz, are you still running that encryption thing on C drive?
I am, but it's not working.
What do you mean it's not working? Is it still encrypting?
Mm-hmm.
It might take a
It's been
while.
encrypted for like 3 days.
Well, but not full 3 days. It's been up off and on, so possible. Sally Sal seems to like Eli. Thinks Eli's funny.
But why? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know, Cal. I might need your help after this with this because me and your dad do not know what.
Yeah, I definitely want to rage some more about this nonsense.
Yeah, it seems completely wrong to me. I don't understand it at all.
Problem with Steam yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Where I downloaded TF2 and then I launched it and then it said it was running for like a split second and then it just stopped and then I uninstalled it and reinstalled it and then I tried it again and still didn't work.
Really?
Have you tried it multiple times?
Yeah, I did that multiple times and then I contacted support and I got nothing.
What do you mean you contacted support? Did you talk to them like?
No, I texted them.
Oh, I see. They haven't texted you back.
I used the Steam support thing.
Oh, it takes forever for them to get back.
Yeah, I know.
Like, how long ago did you do
Fortress?
that?
Like, I did that the first time, and I spent the time.
But how long ago was the first time?
That was last night.
Last night. Yeah, I know. They're not gonna.
They take longer than really. They take overnight at least, like a couple of days, or what do you think?
2 or 3 days usually. With
2 or 3 days, yeah, which is exactly how long you want to wait when you want to play a video game. What was that? Do you remember was there an error message or anything, Eli? What was
it just said we're launching it, and then it says Steam getting ready for Steam to launch this, and then it says running, and then it just says play, and then it just says the thing that you press to launch it again.
So it just looped back and said start it again.
Yeah.
And you've rebooted and tried it again recently? Because sometimes Steam needs a reset.
I restarted my computer. I restarted Steam. I uninstalled it and reinstalled it.
Did Steam need an update? Was Steam on the latest version?
Steam did not have an update, no.
Can you share your screen later when you're trying to launch it? Maybe.
Do you want me to show you?
Done? Yeah, do it now. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Hey, it's tech support time. I wonder if should I try sharing it? Well, no, I guess there could be information here that. There could be information.
Well, sometimes it says that for me with Minecraft, but it just takes like.
Sometimes it takes an incredibly long time to run.
It takes like 2 minutes for it to open.
Okay, do you see it?
Yeah.
Do you see my screen?
I do. You've got an enormous turtle looking at me.
Okay, I'll go to Steam.
I'm not going to share this with everybody, folks. Sorry, just because I don't want to share too much young bandit info.
Here, look. I go to my library.
So pulling it up.
And look. I launch it. Press play. It says launching. Okay. And then look, it says it's running the game and just stops.
Right, what happens if you click play again?
Yeah, I've done this. Look, it just does the same thing. It says running and then stopped.
Open up Task Manager.
Where's Task Manager?
See if the Control Delete.
Control delete. I don't see delete. What? Where's Task Manager?
Right side, top of the keyboard, usually.
Right
delete?
Side.
Delete is like to the right of backspace.
Wait,
It's to the right of backspace.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I'm looking at a Mac keyboard. Never mind.
No, it's not working for me.
Are you sure? No, delete is not backspace. It's to the right of backspace and then one down. So it's like, it just shows up as DEL on the keyboard. Or
there.
No.
What do I
So you
do?
go Control Alt
Task
Delete,
Manager.
and then click Task Manager. Yeah.
Nice.
Then you can see if
Can you
So
scroll
now
down a
click
bit?
Run, and try to see if
Wait, what?
TF2
Yeah.
even opens.
Click what?
Interesting. Look at that. So you're gonna try to
move
open
Task
Team
Manager,
Fortress again.
like out of the way a little bit.
And then
Let's
launch
drag it
it.
off the side. Yeah.
Now
And try launching it, and see if it. Oh wait, drag it back in front.
There you go. Java's trying.
Still doesn't
Okay.
work.
Okay, Eli,
Yeah?
can you right-click on Team Fortress 2? And then go to Properties? No, on the left. Right-click on it. Way on the left.
Where? Oh, here?
Yes.
There we
And then
go.
Properties.
Looking at our properties, I see.
Now,
Okay.
local files.
Local files.
Verify integrity of game files.
Ooh.
I have to go,
Let that run.
sorry.
You don't want to be a part of this exciting technical support?
Well, my computer's just like literally about to die.
Is it? Oh, go get out of here. Look, thank you so much. I'm glad that you escaped the London dungeons, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, see you soon.
Give my love to everybody.
Bye. Yeah. Bye.
See you guys, ladies. Don't.
Bye. Oh, you're banned.
I'm banned. I'm banned for good. So Cal, walk me through what just happened there. So you're checking so that just makes sure that nothing's being corrupted on the downloads?
Yeah, Steam's checking now for corrupted files.
And
we'll
does that-
download them if needed.
Does that happen often?
With Steam, it does, yeah.
And what is it about it? Like, I'm curious to know how you get. I've always wondered how things got corrupted to such an extent.
All successful validated.
Ooh.
All right, what happens if you click on the desktop launcher? Does it do the same?
Try
thing?
launching it now, by the way. See if it works.
I just want you all to know that this is my dream come true right here, where basically we're doing a screensavers episode.
Same thing.
We're basically doing a screensavers episode now. I'm feeling very Leo Laporte.
And it
Same
doesn't
thing.
work if you just click on it from the desktop either.
Yeah. It does the same thing. Look, says it's running, and then stops.
What happens if you have Steam closed when you do the?
You know
Same
that
thing.
Java goes very high. When you do that, Java goes very high.
This doesn't run on Java.
Does it not?
Steam?
I don't think
No.
this. I don't know why Java is.
It
there a
just it
reason
seems
for
to
Java
it
to be
seems to
open?
spike. It seems to spike when you run it. I see it go
Yeah.
red when you run it. What else
Yeah.
have you got running? Minecraft. I mean, you could try running it without Minecraft. Have you tried it with just alone? It's the only thing.
Yeah, I've tried
Yeah,
it with
'cause-
nothing on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it seems like your Minecraft seems to almost spike.
Yeah, that's what's kind of weird to me is it looks like because Minecraft is just
Yeah,
sitting there.
it's not the thing that's doing it, I swear.
I mean, it's always a good idea to obviously, and you've done it, but this is just for more everybody on the stream. You
All right.
shut down, start again, and only run what you want to run, if that makes sense.
Okay, here.
That can help immensely.
Uh,
Oh, there you go.
Nothing.
It's like it tries.
I need another DirectX game. Because I'm wondering if your DirectX is up to date.
It's interesting because I see it just spike for a second and then it's gone. Oh, what's that?
You see, it tries, but then it just gets
What's that
cut off.
Oh, what was that? I can't see what the message was. What did the message say, Eli?
Says preparing to launch Team Fortress 2.
Okay, it's possible it's downloading stuff.
No, it's not. I've already finished all downloads.
Can you click on that search bar in the bottom left on your taskbar, Eli?
There?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And type DX
I'm gonna go to the chat, see if anyone else has any suggestions too.
DI
Oh, antivirus. That's the point.
AG.
Man-made is saying.
Nice. No, not on the website. You need to type it in the search bar.
Oh, okay.
DX. Oh, there's all sorts of suggestions going on in the chat here. Look at this. We've got
AIAD?
Yeah. DIAG. Do not go to the website, though.
Do you
don't
have
go to the
any
website.
antivirus software running, Eli?
Is this not...
No.
Okay.
Is this
Do I have
not,
to turn off a
thing?
blocker, maybe? Like an ad blocker?
Oh, you've got an ad blocker on?
Yeah, should I turn that off?
Yeah, try maybe.
Ad blocker's not going to do it.
You don't think so?
What about a privacy badger?
Oh, so you do have antivirus stuff running.
Privacy Badger, isn't that a VPN? No.
I'd be curious to know what else is running. Eli, did your dad install a bunch of stuff to like protection stuff?
Yeah, he just installed a bit. Yeah.
So my hunch is he probably has an antivirus on there as well.
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got.
It's probably.
Yeah, there's an anti-malware service. There's I can see.
Sure here. Because usually with a source game, the issue is a DirectX issue.
Is it really?
Do you have a? Can you type run in that bottom left bar?
Run?
Yeah, just type run and then open that program.
Run.
That should
We're
open
in
a program.
full tech support.
Yes. Yeah, I opened it.
Yeah, now type dxdiag.
Where?
In the. Do you not get a box to type?
No, I don't see it.
DXDiag. What is that?
Okay, yeah, I'll share my screen.
You know what I might do, guys? I might mute you guys just while we
can move channels.
Work on that. No, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. I'd like to hear what's going on. I don't know if
I want to work on this for longer because it's not that big of a problem.
Except you can't play it.
I'm just curious. You just have to tap two things and it'll show up.
You know, it's so funny because this is something that I get into with Baz all the time. I like to solve these things. For
this? Oh, close that. Do not go there.
Do not go there.
Why? What would it do?
That's
your registry. You do not want to mess with that.
So that's, once you start messing in there, you can cause lots of fun. Yeah. That's a reinstall waiting to happen. The registry. I've done some registry editing over the years. Back in my day, I used to do them stream. I used to be in that registry edit all the time. Jack, you done any of the register yet?
No, I can't do it.
Why would you want to?
It's honestly just like setting flags and stuff, like just setting little things that sometimes they don't have software to do, if that makes sense. Like sometimes it's
looking for malicious programs as well in the registry.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
some stuff you can only find in the registry.
Huh. Sorry, you can also, Aaron Cross is saying you can also left click on the TF2 application and make sure to turn off the turn this program in compatibility mode. Turn this?
Left click or right click?
Well, hang on. Finish whatever Cal was doing first.
Previous versions.
Mr. Clean Tracy says the registry's fun. The registry is fun. It does feel like you're sort of like,
security.
Doing interesting sort of like it really feels like you're in hacker mode when you start playing with the registry and things. I've got to say it's quite fun. So Aaron Cross is saying once you're done with whatever it is that Cal's got you doing.
I
know, I'm looking at it right now.
So are you trying the left click thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you mean right click?
Aaron Cross is saying left click on the TF2 application and make sure to run this program in compatibility mode.
You can't do anything when you left click on it.
All right, try right clicking then. Maybe it's a left and right.
Yeah.
thing.
So what do I go to?
Do you have a setting called run this program in compatibility mode?
Where would it be in?
I'm not sure. What do you think, Aaron Cross? What do you got? What do you got for us? You've opened it up.
Do you have a desktop icon? It would be on your desktop icon.
So it is a right click.
Shortcut.
So you're looking for launch options.
I don't see it.
You could try some of the launch options in the properties settings of Steam for TF2. So window to auto config. I see. So you could basically we'll have to have a look. I'm sure we can figure this out. Yes, I have a feeling it's no border. That's so often an issue with source games. Interesting. So you right click on the starting icon of the game and then go to properties. Make sense, Eli?
No, it's because I can't find it.
No, do you have a desktop icon for TF2?
Yeah, I think so.
Can you not right click on that?
No, I can, but there's nothing there that says launch options.
But does it say properties?
No. Yes.
Yep. So do that.
Okay. Properties.
Now what do you have?
I have the web document and stuff. I go to security, details, general.
What do we think? Security details? What are we thinking, peeps? Target. Properties?
I don't think he's gonna have a run as admin on on game shortcuts, not to Steam.
Do you want to share your screen again, Eli?
Yeah, give me a second.
And we can just see what we're looking at. It's Tech Bandits with tech support. Now with 100% more tech support. But I gotta say, these are all things I love, like being a part of, because I like to know how these things work. So that if this ever happens to me, I can go, oh, remember that thing that happened with Eli? I'll bug him about what happened. All right, so Eli. I'm on Eli. There you go. So we've got, so the people in the chat, we are in the properties for Team Fortress 2. We've got web document, security, details, and previous versions. What does security give you? What does security give you? Oh.
Security.
Oh, I see. So Eli, you've also you don't have administrator, so you've got a separate user for you.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, you may
users.
you may have to talk to your dad about that, because that might be the problem. It just may not let you run. They may not let you run some of this stuff. But that's
okay then.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, maybe you can get your dad to run it. See if your dad logs in.
Like the parental controls always mess up everything that I try to do.
I know.
No matter what device that I have, because
that's why my dad doesn't put on parental.
That's why your father is leaning over your shoulder all the time. It's a hard one. It's a hard one, because the reality is, I think, I've tried to set some parental stuff for Baz in the past, and it has exactly as Eli says, it's just blown up in my face.
Kapow!
It's just, you just have to be, I think the key here is, if you can prove to your parents that you are responsible about this stuff, then they're gonna do it.
Well, it's not really needed for me anymore, but still. I'm not gonna go to that and start begging them for
parental controls on my phone this one time, and then I just found out the passcode, because it's always the same passcode except with scrambled up. But
yeah, the easiest way generally is just to get all your parents' passcodes. But
yeah, you guys, and then I just found it out. But you guys started to trust me more and more, though.
Well, I think here's the problem: is I think that. At a certain look, there are some places that you can end up as a younger kid that you don't want to be, and you don't want to be there. You're also subjected to stuff even nowadays. Stuff comes up where we have conversation. I go that's either true or not true or whatever. This still. I think the key is, if you can, especially if you run into stuff that you don't understand or that you feel weird about in any way, definitely talk to parents about it, because it just. First off, that scores you big points with parents, because parents immediately go, oh my God, my son, he's so fantastic. He had a problem. He came to me. I'm amazing. I'm the best parent on the planet. So it puts you in a really good spot with your parents, and they tend to trust you more, and they tend to.
We had something that happened recently.
Yeah.
But that's kind of broken a bit of trust, so I don't think.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm not going to go into it.
But is that no? Don't. It's fine.
Don't.
But was that related to downloading stuff?
No.
Okay.
I don't download it. I don't download anything.
Because the thing I always worry about is not that Baz is going to do something wrong. My concern is that Baz is going to inadvertently download something, and then crap, we've got a virus, or we've got.
I tried to download a texture pack, and then I hate the one that goes skip ad in the corner, but then it shows a big file that you have to download when you have to download something. I forgot about that, and I forgot to press skip ad, and then I downloaded the other thing, and then I got a virus.
Ha! I remember
feel
that.
Glenn. with his texture packs, he got a virus once.
Oh, really?
Yes, I
So
remember that.
many
I remember
texture
that.
packs.
Well,
Does anyone want to see my texture
eventually-
pack?
Well, I've heard that they want
Virus.
to that hackers are targeting Minecraft downloads because it's
Yeah,
Java.
that makes sense.
And they know that kids are downloading it, right? They're not worried about the security side of stuff. I'll tell you, I mean, it's the reason why you want to have good backups is you just want to be able to go back if there's ever an issue like that. You don't want to lose. I think it's less. Well, I mean, imagine if you lose control of your account. Like, okay, Gabe. So GG Giraffe. He got hacked or phished. I can't remember. I think, or someone convinced him to give him a login information or something at some point. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Never give anyone a login, no matter how much you
No.
trust them.
Exactly.
Even if they're like your best friend in real life, it doesn't matter. Just don't give them your
you just
login.
never know.
There's no
It just
reason
makes
they need
sense.
to know it.
I look away when people put their passwords in because I don't
do
want
the
them
same.
to know that I might know it because I don't ever want to be blamed for anything just in case, right? So I literally
Yeah, I
look
want to
away.
be trusted.
But you have to give your login for Steam though to your friend
But there's,
Oh, maybe.
for family
Fine.
share, or else you can't do it.
I think there's obviously certain exceptions. I think this is more about like if you meet someone online in a game. I don't know that the Giraffe actually gave away anything he should have, but his account got taken over and they took away almost like $100 worth of Robux that he'd been given for his birthday, and the guy basically was saying like, oh yeah, just like. I can't remember, it was like use this app or log in here or whatever, and you get a birthday treat. And if his birthday treat was,
yeah.
they took over his account.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you log in, it's a fake website that looks like
Is that what it was?
a Roblox login. A lot of places have that where it looks like a Roblox login.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those like
Yeah.
get free V-Bucks scams, whatever. It's like, okay, put your account info here.
Yeah.
There's end up like taking over your account.
Hey, Sarad42 says
Stand up and stretch
I'm
your
a-
legs.
Putting like my account.
who set that up on Alexa? Baz, did you
Claire?
set this
How
alarm?
do you know if you are a pirate?
How do I know if I'm a
You
pirate?
just are.
What? You just are. Oh boy. How do you know if you're a pirate? You just are.
Such a bad dad joke.
That's a bad Alexa joke. That's what it is. Alexa, shut up. So Sarah also agrees with Cal, who I tend to trust on these things. DirectX issue potentially. DirectX is it still a pain? DirectX was a pain 5 years ago. DirectX was a pain 10 years ago.
What's
TF2 is a
DirectX?
10-year-old game. You know, its source engine's very old.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why it is. Okay, all right. What do we think of Team Fortress? It's kind of cool. Is that the head-to-head kind of game thing, where you're like you've got like one big planet that you're like battling or something? I feel like I've seen a.
No, I don't.
No.
I don't think you're thinking of the right game, Dad.
Am I not?
No, definitely.
That's
Kinda
not the
like
meta.
Overwatch without the
It's
skills.
kind of like the original. Yeah, the original
It
Overwatch.
is the original Overwatch.
Overwatch? I would consider like Overwatch with less variety.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. From a programming standpoint, DirectX is awesome, says Sarah. From a support standpoint, it's always been a pain, and it still is. Interesting. Why is it so good as a programming, from a programming standpoint, Sarah? Is it because of the backwards compatibility? Curious to know. When can I say McKay for Alexa? That would be amazing. Would if you just go McKay and it just goes shut up, or what is it? Fumbles like stupid. Someone was saying that they wanted me to record not just do voice message machines, but also do like notifications, like you've got mail, or something like that.
Enemy spotted.
That'll be $20.
40.
That's right.
No.
And Cal and Baz don't think I'm charging enough for it.
No, you're not. Oh, okay.
Well, right now I haven't done
That's
anything,
their
so
opinion. That's their own opinion.
right now it's a great deal for me because I haven't actually done anything yet. So, all right, I feel
My
myself
teammate on Bed
fading.
Wars right now is literally building the most gigantic bed defense, and he hasn't even gone past our spawn.
Huge bed defense. Are you doing? I'm assuming you're doing Bed Wars.
Yeah,
Are you? So you're on Hypixel?
yeah.
I love Hypixel. I gotta say, I freaking love that server. If people aren't using that, they should. If you've got kids who want to do Minecraft, now the chat can get toxic, but we generally just turn it off and ignore it. But yeah, Hypixel, the Hypixel Minecraft servers are fantastic. All the games they've got there are just fun. And we like them even more because they gave us a T-shirt. and VIP status or something, or was it or YouTube status or something? I can't. They gave us some
For free?
What was that?
For free?
Yeah, we met them at. Well, to be fair, we met them way back.
Did you meet them at Did you meet them at like Minecon or something?
Yeah, we met them at Minecon, and they were just. I mean, they were fairly new back then, I think. Yeah, so they were sort of eager to get people on the server. Now I imagine they got plenty of people. Provides a lot of framework for doing effects and other rendering functions, so you're not reinventing the wheel for everything. Same can be said for OpenGL. I see. So it's just a bunch of different. So it basically does a lot of the work for you. That's good. Mostly play on CubeCraft. What's that? Man-made. Has anyone heard of?
That's Bedrock, I think.
Is it?
Oh yeah, all the Bedrock servers aren't nearly as good.
Really? There you go, Man-made. You've heard it from the bandits. They say get your ass on Java.
Yep. If you like servers, Java.
Really?
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Look, I think I might wrap this up because it's after 1, and I'm beginning to fade. I'm beginning to feel that need for food. That slightly hazy, phasey, low-cal. No low-cal.
No, I have 5 emeralds!
Low blood sugar. It's a Java server. They also do Bedrock. Oh, okay. There you go. So they got both.
Okay.
But are you seeing a big difference between the Java stuff and the Bedrock stuff, Man-made?
I feel like for most of the Bedrock stuff, you have to pay.
Oh, do you? So that's
it's always
why
telling me to
Windows...
use mine coins. Like, I have a decent amount from getting all these achievements.
Yeah.
But like for most people, like maybe I don't know, like that's just money coming out of your wallet just to play on servers.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why I never did it.
Didn't we signed up for? We paid for some.
Like I don't know.
I feel like we paid for some server somewhere. There was a server we used to. Wasn't there one?
Oh my god, that was Java. I still play on that server. Me and Glenn play that every day.
No, not the realm. The
No. Yeah, no, I don't mean the realm.
Where's the one where we got like a diamond level? So whenever we showed up, we had diamond armor that immediately got taken from us because we would die right away.
Yeah, it's FC server. I know the one you're talking about, and I play on that pretty much every day.
What's the name?
Don't remember.
Sarah says it abstracts the video card so you can program your interfaces without having to worry about video card specific stuff. Ah, yes, because back in the day you'd have to code that all yourself, wouldn't you? But now, I guess a lot of this comes down to how well they support the graphics cards and stuff, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you have a 5700 XT. They probably barely support that thing.
What? Team Fortress?
Yeah, it's an AMD graphics card, which means the support's kind of garbage.
Ah, so it may not support the graphics card.
I would not go AMD for graphics cards right now. Like,
why not? Because they're too new.
Less performance for the money, and then they don't have they don't have bad support and just bad compatibility overall.
You like NVIDIA for that stuff?
NVIDIA, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be different because AMD is going to come up with RDNA 2.
Right.
Which is probably going to really help them.
But
right now,
you've got to have people writing the software as well.
It's more of like a early adopters thing, you know? Like, you get this graphics card just because you kind of feel like buying AMD. Not for the graphics card itself.
Right. Yeah, I think I've always... Well, I haven't always, but NVIDIA seems to be where we end up most of the time.
Yeah, makes more sense.
Are there any changes in Chunky, Lord Chunky, with a PC?
Are you kidding me?
With a PC
every
rig
time.
right now, would you be changing anything right now?
Right now, no, there's nothing new.
Nothing new. You'd stick with the one.
Actually,
sent before?
I don't know. I would wait for at least NVIDIA Ampere because that's going to be coming out soon.
And we'd wait for that because then the other cards will be cheaper.
Other cards will be cheaper, or you could just get one of the newer cards.
Really?
Yeah.
But I always worry about getting like the bleeding edge new cards because I go they'll say they haven't written that for it.
Matter.
It hasn't. That's my only concern. What do you, Cal? What do you do when you if you're buying new cards? Do you ever worry about like being too far ahead?
No.
No.
Except for sometimes with some cards just don't get good support.
Right. Yeah, Sirid is saying that the NVIDIA cards tend to have better support as well. Part of that is probably due to backroom deals they're making with developers and development studios. Aha.
I thought it was less so for newer games.
Is it?
More so for
Probably.
older. I thought. I'm not sure.
Mr. Clean Tracy saying you also end up paying the early adopter tax, right?
Well, most of the time with like NVIDIA, with most games, they can really optimize it for AMD or for NVIDIA, and most studios just are like, well, most people play on NVIDIA, so they much better optimized on NVIDIA.
Well, so that's interesting. So the Unreal Engine and Unity, I'm assuming they have to support both cards, right?
Yeah, probably. But just one will work better than the other. It's not one that
look at that.
Not one doesn't work, but like one works better. It's better optimized.
Or it's like
less
better
crashes, less like
that makes sense.
Slightly better performance, even if the card is capable of more.
So Sarah is saying that NVIDIA got called out for doing those sort of backroom deals last year. That's interesting. I wonder what the deal on that was. Because I guess you could really monopolize. Like if you can get enough deals with people, you could basically shut everyone else out of the gaming market. What chips are being put in these consoles, or are they proprietary chips?
They're the next gen AMD chips. So normally it's been sort of like a proprietary chip, but this gen, the main reason it's actually better upon launch is because it's using desktop grade chips versus usually some sort of like mobile kind of like the PS4 and Xbox or whatever running off Jaguar chips. I'm not quite sure what they are, but they're just.
But specifically designed for gaming.
Yeah, I don't know.
For the consoles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what really is different about the PS5 is like those chips are going to be very, very similar to what's going to be in the PCs coming fall.
But surely that would be good for console makers, wouldn't it?
Because a little bit, yeah.
Because then there's an incentive to write software to build games that will work on these chips. Because then you could if you're writing for the console, you're also writing for, or with minor differences, you could be writing for a gaming PC as well, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Are you more interested in software or hardware, Lord Junkie?
Hardware.
Hardware, yeah. I'd be very curious to know about how they design these things. Like, how the heck do you figure out how to make the card faster, or what features should be added, or Have you watched anybody who talks about that?
Not really, but mostly like the differences between cards is it's a different architecture, which means they lay out stuff in a different way, and just it works differently.
So they're laying it out differently. They think that, so basically in the same way that you like soup up a car, they're figuring out better ways to optimize the chips that they've got.
Not exactly. It's more like they kind of get a new engine in a way. When they change the architecture. And then I feel like souping it up would just be like the higher tiers of cards in a way.
Right. Okay.
So like maybe a 2070, like the main difference between the 2070 and the 2080 or whatever is just they put more cores in the 2080. It's kind of just like,
so it could be
it's like the same
more things at the same time.
It would almost be like the same style of engine, but maybe instead of it being a V6, it would be a V8, but it's the same style of engine.
That's where I was going to go with it. Nice. Okay. Interesting. So, so here's a question for you. Then, do you think we'll merge? Do you think we'll get like moddable? I mean, it just seems to me like if you've got gamers and you've got a console, if you could make it moddable, wouldn't that like be a huge income source for you? Like I would have thought that would be.
Well, that's one of the main reasons. Like if you want that, you get a computer.
Yeah.
They just do that. Like you can't do things. They want to keep costs down. They just want to like
and
make it as bare bones as possible.
And simplicity
here's the thing. They purposely sell consoles at a loss. Like they're not selling they're not selling to sell consoles, they're selling to sell games.
And their stupid PS Plus or whatever you have to pay every year.
Oh my god, the number of subscriptions is insane.
It's so annoying.
€8 a month for internet access? Come on.
How much?
€8 a month for PS
Well,
Plus.
here it's like $70 a year.
Just to have internet access on your PS?
Just to be able to use your console on the internet.
Yeah.
They call it the PS Plus or whatever, like it's a premium thing or something.
I'm out.
But
no, I hate
really,
that.
it's just you have to buy this to use your console properly.
Look, it's one of my complaints about working with some of the assistive tech that I've seen being used. Like you've got apps that are designed to help like kids communicate, which they would not be able to do without these apps. But then they want, unless you pay the $1,000, you don't get internet access on it. It's that kind of stuff, which drives me nuts.
Like I just like an upfront charge. Like let me pay for it once and then let me use it. I don't want to keep buying stuff.
Although I will say I do like the subscription model with software because it's always up to date, and I'm never having to worry about whether I should update or not. It takes a huge. I mean, what do you think, Cal? You've been through both of those.
But the PS Plus does absolutely nothing.
No, that just sounds like a money grab.
It's just like a.
Is there an?
It's like in the
Xbox?
Teslas where they just like. They have heated seats in every car, but you have to pay like $300, and they unlock it in the software.
That's right. Ha!
I feel like part of Tesla's business model is like.
What was that, Cal?
Does Xbox not have gold for online?
Yeah,
access?
Xbox has the gold.
But you don't have to sign up to any of that for.
No,
access.
you just can't use your
how
console
do you play
properly.
multiplayer games on Xbox?
Oh no, you can't do any of that. No, you need to.
Xbox Gold.
Yeah, you need some kind of I don't never remember which one it is, but yeah, like the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you pay for internet and free games. The Xbox Game Pass that we just got as well is the one that we're trying to figure out with Baz's PC right now. Pac-Mum was saying that she didn't know that about Tesla. I didn't know that about Tesla. I knew that they updated. I knew that they had software. There was something where someone had resold. That's what it was. Tesla. A guy had bought a used Tesla, and they bought the used Tesla. And the previous owners had signed up for some service that when the new guy got it, he didn't get it. He was like, well, I bought the car. I bought the used car. I want the service that came with the car. And they're like, well, no, you didn't pay for it. So he was being asked to sign up for a service that, when they bought the car, they signed up for the extra service that allowed them to have whatever features it was. When they sold the car, Tesla took off those extra features that had been paid for by one family, and they said they wanted it again for the next one, which I thought was interesting. Yeah. Microsoft either has or is going to stop selling the Xbox Gold subscription before the new console launch. Not sure what they're replacing it with, but I'm sure they'll be replacing it with something. That's why we were originally the PC gaming bandits, but then so many people were using consoles, you want to sort of open it up to everybody. So I'll tell you, I would love to take old consoles and then turn them into like a freaking supercomputer, because those things they are high-speed demons. Like, I mean, it just the idea of being able to use them for like some serious processing would be really cool. I saw there's a really cool feature where they took old PS3s, which have this thing called, I don't know, I want to say network, but it's something silly, something very benign sounding, but it allows you to, no, it's cell. That's what it is. It's a cell chip, which allows it to operate as a single cell in a multi-cell processing unit. So you can have you basically buy as many PS3s as you can, network them all together, and they will work as one giant multi-processing supercomputer. And so some universities have been buying up old PS3s in order to use them for like encryption or for big data stuff, which I thought was really interesting.
But you'd have to I don't even know how you'd run like a program on there. You'd have to.
I think it's probably running some form of Linux or something, or
yeah, Unix. You'd have to jailbreak it somehow. I'm not sure how you do that part though.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting because they don't like you reverse engineering stuff, do they?
What if you have a dev kit?
Maybe it requires a dev kit, and maybe you could buy a dev kit now for a PS3 that you couldn't before. I'd have to look. I feel like look, it's something that I would do in a second. I don't know what I would use it for. I'd set it up to just do, to do the protein folding or something. It would just be really cool to have that system running. But PS3 supported Linux initially at launch. That's interesting, Karaka. So there you go. So you would just run a Linux. You run it as on Linux. And I guess they'd have no problems with that because what are you going to do? You can't play video games. You can't play any of their games through Linux, right? I think eventually everything's going to be kind of Linux-like. I heard that Microsoft was moving their core to their kernel to a form of Linux as well.
Maybe. Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Because Linux, you can get what you want out of it. Super customizable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would say to a fault. Because
I feel like there's 3 tiers. You got like Mac OS, which is super locked down. Windows, this gives you like quite a bit of freedom. And then Linux, you can just change whatever the heck you want.
Although I feel like Windows is locking itself down more.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
And Mac, the thing about Mac is, yes, a lot of it's locked down, but you do have access to the terminal, which you didn't used to have.
Is that only on Mac Pros though?
No. It's just a Mac. You can open a terminal and you've got access to the shell basically. So you're running a Unix shell. It's actually a BSD Unix or BSD Linux based system or something. I can't remember what it is, but it's basically a Unix based system. So you can run a whole bunch. You can load Python. You can do. It's great for programming and development stuff. But there's still, as you say, this as I've discovered with a lot of this, like for example, the streaming with the audio. They don't want you capturing audio because God forbid you might steal someone's music or their video or whatever. So I think there's a lot of that kind of stuff. So yeah, Microsoft is moving the Windows core. I think it's not just moving it more towards Linux. It's going to make the Windows core Linux, I think is the plan. Yes, to quote some news article, that's the article I read, Karaka. The U.S. Air Force connects 1,760 PlayStation 3s to build a supercomputer. I'm not sure I could afford that many PlayStations, but could you imagine having
1,700? That's crazy.
But could you imagine having like maybe 10? That'd be pretty cool.
Or you could just buy a nice little computer, you know?
I think Jack is looking for a build, I think. I think Jack is looking for another build. Have you watched Henry Cavill? Have you watched Superman build his computer yet?
No.
So apparently, I haven't watched it yet, but I just thought it was kind of funny that the internet blew up because, oh my God, not only is he handsome and fit, he can build a computer. Which I think is very telling about society, where I think people, this is one of the reasons why we have Tech Bandits, is it's not a black box that plays video games. It has components. It has things that you can literally plug and unplug and change. And I think there's this tendency of people to think that just because you are good at computers, that makes you a freaking genius. I love that he's doing it, frankly.
He's a long-time gamer.
He's a long-time gamer. Yeah, it's totally legit. I have no problem with him doing the build. I just find it funny that the world in general goes like, oh my gosh, how can you do both? Like, it's just that kind of like, what?
Be sexy and build computers.
Exactly. Thank you for today's stream, Dr. McKay. God bless you. Bye, everyone. We rate. Thank you very much. He's a big nerd. He also paints Warhammer stuff. Yeah. No, it's amazing. Like, I think it's absolutely fantastic. One of us. I just think the response by the community is very funny because I feel like it shows that despite how much gaming has sort of permeated the culture and PCs are in everyone's houses and offices, there's still this kind of sort of walled garden to it. You know what I mean? Like there's still this kind of sense of like, oh, don't go in there. There be dragons. David and Bandits. My dad was here and was listening for a bit. He was quite impressed with the conversation on the topics and how David was leading the discussion. My 75-year-old dad now wants the Twitch app and to learn how to stream your meetings with David. Oh, fantastic. Woohoo! We got a new Tech Bandit. Or an old Tech Bandit, depending on how you put it, I guess. Well, please say thank you to your dad. I'm glad that we are crossing all... I've got, as Cal would say, I've got a fellow 75-year-old to hang out with. That's fantastic.
That's a young guy compared to you.
Exactly. Thank you, Cal. How do we ban Cal? How do you ban the banner? I don't know. How do you hammer the hammer? These are questions we must learn to answer. Sally Sal says, I only know Henry Cavill from The Witcher. Not kid-friendly. I hate to say this. We didn't like The Witcher. We just didn't get into it. I know. Do we have to try harder, Cal?
Well, you either lack something or you don't, I guess. Oh.
I I don't know why, but it did. Baz, what did you think? You were watching it with me, right?
It was honestly kind of boring.
Have you read the books or played the games?
No, but I want to play the game.
Yes. I would play the game more than I would watch the series. Maybe that's the thing. Cal, do you have a
because you're not
background
invested in the lore, so you're not interested in
there's lore?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that makes
books
sense.
and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so you're coming into it with a love of it already.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're probably going to read way more into it than we'll get out of it, for sure. Okay, so all right, so we need to play the games, maybe look at some comic books. Because it was a comic book first, wasn't it?
No, it was a book.
Oh, it was a book first. Yes. A real learning book, Cal?
Writing?
With real words that you have to read and everything?
Oh my god, I want pictures.
I don't know. It gets so confusing when there's no pictures to tell me what's going on. Okay, I don't know why I do that accent. That's absolutely offensive in every way to everybody.
Sorry,
wherever that accent came from. I did. No, I started it. I don't know why. It made more sense the second time watch through. I don't have time to watch things twice. I'll tell you, everyone should be watching. Cal, have you watched The Great?
Don't say The Great.
Have you watched it?
No.
Cal,
give me a Prime subscription and I'll watch it.
Listen to the sound of my voice as I tell you, you must watch.
Pay for my Prime.
The Great. Oh, you need Prime?
Well, I have Netflix and I have Disney Plus, and now I have to get Prime as well.
Well, you also get Amazon Prime with it, which is nice.
Yeah, and
yeah, but what does it cost though? It's like $75 unless you're getting deliveries.
It's expensive. Yeah.
We do the deliveries, and that makes it a lot.
Yeah, like I use Amazon a lot.
In fact, I think we probably have some deliveries. I've got some USB cables and stuff coming today. Not a comic book, a book series. Sorry, Karaka.
If you don't use Amazon, it doesn't make sense to get it. But...
No, I agree. Prime is now $109 a year. Holy mother of pac-mans. Really? It used to be $75, and I thought that was a wicked deal. Although I gotta say, $119. What? Look, I think if you need stuff ordered the next day, if you do a lot of delivery stuff, you'll save that money in no time at all. Yeah. Like you will save $119 in deliveries if you do a lot of deliveries from Amazon. I guarantee you we double that at least in a year. Mm-hmm. And Pac-Mom's a student now, so gets it at $59. Pac-Mom, I'm going back to school just to get student rates.
I don't understand.
Then you can get like student rates for everything. They give so much stuff.
I want to get student rates for software, but I can't get.
It's like they know that that all the students are broke. So.
Well, they do, and they also want you to get hooked on it, right? So they're like, you know, if you go and train in some other software, they don't have you for life, right? $125. Turtle. It's the Amazon Prime's going up by the second in the chat right now.
Amazon is the worst. I don't like Amazon.
I don't
Amazon
I do not like Amazon. I do not want to like Amazon.
That's
but
my problem. I don't want to like it, but I love it because it delivers me fun things all the time.
But not to get all me be me, but you guys have it easy in the US. But when you live somewhere like in Belgium or in the Netherlands, we have Amazon France, Amazon Germany, Amazon UK, but they don't connect to each other. You have separate order accounts for every
we have Amazon.ca,
website.
and I just feel
ridiculous.
That's insane. No,
everything is more expensive,
which sucks.
Everything's more expensive.
Everything's more
expensive. If I have like a package and I want to look up my order history, I have to remember which Amazon I ordered it from because I can't see it from a centralized account.
No, that sucks. We have, the Amazon Canada is, having lived in the States with Amazon.com, I was like, I thought we were set.
Amazon.com.
You figured they'd just have Amazon.eu for all of the European Union stuff. But
I'm guessing they must have...
That would just be so much easier, though.
But there must be requirements. There must be some reasons why they're not allowed to do that.
Like, if they can ship all throughout Canada, just pretend Europe is just one thing.
Yeah, what about EU? You're in the EU, right?
Yeah.
So why isn't there just like a Amazon EU, and then the UK can have their own one? And
every country has their own.
Anyone else who doesn't want? That's interesting. Okay, no, I didn't know that. That is a pain. Well, there you go. You got to come live in Canada. Then we can bother you in real life all the time. We come knock on your door. Hey, Cal.
How's the national anthem go? I'd have to learn that.
I think it's changed since I was a kid. They've changed some things because there was like sexist and settler language. What is it called?
Well, there's something where it was like, All Our Sons command. They changed it to All of Us command or something.
Right. Was there anything
Changed
else?
sons.
We stand on.
I don't know.
Do we still stand on God for thee?
Guard. Oh, now
guard.
we stand on guard.
Right. Oh, that's right. That's what I used to sing. Stand on God for thee. Right. Yeah, that was just me goofing around. Now I think about it. It's. Let's face it. Most national anthems kind of suck. I've never been a fan. It always sounds too sort of like. It just sounds. It sounds like a marching band to me. There was some. I liked. Is it Australia that has like Waltzing Matilda as theirs? Wasn't that it? Wasn't it? Was the James Gurney likes the British one? Do you? Yes, James.
What is the British one? I don't know.
Isn't it like God Save the Queen or something? Isn't the British one like God Save the Queen or something, James? With Prime, you get music and video with it. That's why. No, it's a good deal. It's a good deal as long as you're using it. It's less of a good deal in Canada. We have Amazon.com as well as Amazon in Canada. Of course, we can't have Amazon.com stuff delivered to Canada, but a lot of the services we will use through that. So, no one can take away your education. What, Sally Sal? Student loans. Got through my undergraduate debt-free. Got oldest through undergrad debt-free, but here I am racking up student debt with grad school. It'll be worth it. It's true. Learning. The learning's good. What do we got? 1950. What's going on? The U.S. The state songs are awful too. I mean, look, I it's just a style of music generally. I don't really like that rousing national anthem kind of sound for the most part. But I still want to find out. Is it God Save the Queen in England? I feel like that's what it is. I feel like I had to sing a lot of that as well. Yes, it is God Save the Queen, but I prefer the Rule Britannia. There you go. Rule Britannia is kind of fun, I guess. That's true. Yeah. Rule Britannia just seems so completely out of context at this point. Like, it just feels like so. It's like something from another era. That one. Sally Sal, live in California. You need like 4 people in a 1-bedroom apartment to pay rent on minimum wage. California rents are insane. So is Toronto.
Toronto? Oh, it's insane.
Well,
like in this neighborhood, a super cheap house is $1 million.
It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. I went looking for spaces for Tech Bandits because I thought, you know what? Instead of carting stuff back and forth to schools and things, let's just have a really cool like warehouse space that we could all just like play with 3D printers and build stuff and have really good fire extinguishers for when I burn things.
I have to go to the suburbs for that.
Exactly. So most of these places are outside of the city. So I thought, let's get one. I thought I'd go here. I'd get something in our area. And I looked, and it was like the cheapest thing I could find was like $5,000 a month for any kind of a space. And it was insane. A small space, like a small space. And then I was like, well,
more than my
basement is like my basement's bigger than the space they were talking about, and I have a garage. So I thought, you know what? Do it here. And that's what I'm going to do. And don't get me started on the mess that is filing for unemployment. Oh my gosh. Like it's the whole tax thing is crazy for us because you have to establish a new company every time you make a film, right? So whether the film gets made or not, you have to incorporate a special company for each one of your films. Jane now has to do like taxes. I say Jane because she won't let me anywhere near the finances for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
I'm very good at spending it. I'm good at earning it, but I'm better at spending it. So she's doing like accounts for like, I think it's something like 5 different companies now, as well as my taxes and her taxes, although I think we do them together now. Something like that. Something about being married or something. Holy cow. So what's that? House, $160,000. It's a full-time job. Where are you? 160,000 pounds. Okay, so that's like $300,000. Where are you based?
Yeah.
It's a full-time job. Bertley's laughing at how we've shifted the conversation. We bounce around a lot. That's why we have a squirrel cam. Oh, wait a sec. I haven't been playing with a squirrel cam at all.
Well, real life's a video game. You just can't respawn.
Ooh, she's so profound.
Unless you're a cat. You're muted, David. David, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. The stream can't hear you. Yeah.
Is it that? Was it that?
Yes, you fixed it.
We're still on the chat.
That is so frustrating.
Yeah, it is. I'm still talking with them.
We're still
TechBandits.
talking. All right. I should wrap this up.
TechBandits.
I should wrap this up. Wait a sec. I'm going to just...
They're talking too.
Cosmo, I'm going to mute you for a second, Commander Cosmo, just because I'm sure your parents don't want us listening in on that conversation. So look, I think we should wrap this up. Yes, Bertley, I saw your message. Bertley had a really good suggestion for something we should talk about in Tech Bandits about the music in games and how different music is required for different games. So, yeah, I'm going to look into that. So Bertley, you sent a video which was great, but it was of sort of older games. I wanted to look and see if there's some great soundtracks out there, which I think would be really fun to listen to. All right. So don't play with the squirrel cam because it messes with my audio equipment. It's so true. I've got to figure this out because it drives me crazy. Squirrel! Looking at squirrels. All right, everybody.
Bye.
I'm going to head out, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say... Oh, sorry, Discord. I should make sure that the Commander Cosmo can get in on this too. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to say thank you all very much, and I believe we've got a new way of saying goodbye too, don't we? No, what's the D&D? Wait a second, James, did you email them to me? Or how did you get them to me? Are they in the Discord? D&D battle maps. James Gurney has been busy. We should chat, James, because I want to play. I want to play for sure. In fact, I'd love to get Baz in on that too. They're on Discord. Okay, great. I will check the Discord. I shall check the Discord. I'm looking for James. For some reason I don't see you in my list of friends. Interesting. James Gurney. Tech Bandits Live. Are you in Tech Bandits Live? Is that where you put it? I'm looking.
It's the Ironham Discord.
What was that?
The Ironham Discord.
Ah, Ironham, but of course. All right, I'll check that in a bit. Everybody, before you can tell, before I sort of pass out from manly fainting, I shall say, what? We're going to be back on Friday. We'll be back on Friday with Tech Bandits, the full-on tech of the Tech Bandits. A little less gaming there, although we tend to, things tend to sneak in there every so often. And then, of course, chats on Tuesday. Next Stargate stream is a week Sunday, but we'll probably talk to you on Sunday anyway. So, because we secretly hate each other. That's right. That's exactly it, James. Squirrel. We're fainting from manly hunger. So until we geek again, what do I say? Where are my bandits with me?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. All right, try it again. So until we geek again, huzzah!